everybody, I'm Adrift and welcome back to episode 3 of SkyServers Survival. I am here at spawn with once again a lot of people. It's really amazing how many people come to be in my intros. But I'm going to try and make my intro not as long as last episode. But yeah, like last episode, I have got 40 skylights again. So I'm really hoping for a pickaxe this time. It didn't end too badly, because we did manage to trade for an axe. So that's always welcome. But itemizer, hopefully this goes well. So in 3, 2, 1. Before we get into the video, I would like to give a huge thank you to the sponsor of this video, WarpDS. WarpDS is the best place to get your enchanted books, as they have some of the best prices on the whole server. On top of that, they also provide some amazing services. There are free anvils for the public to use, as well as extremely cheap honey related items and blocks for sale. So make sure to check them out at /WarpDS. And also, currently only 41% of the people watching this video will be subscribed. So make sure to smash the subscribe button to support the channel. Now, let's get on to the video. I forgot that I actually have to put this in. This is like worse than the sword. Skylorian boots. This is just nah. Like, they're good boots. That's what I mean, like match me. Okay. Yay. Like, none of the Skylorian items are actually bad, it's just because, as I said in last episode, I have /God, which basically means that any form of armor or weapon is basically useless to me. So that was a bit average, but it will be fine. I'm sure next episode, hopefully we can do it, you know. But yes, so I am going to get started and tell you all about what we're doing this episode. So we are now here at my house, looking very house-like. So as you can see in the last episode, if you haven't watched it, first of all, make sure to go do that. But just to recap, we built the elevator down here, as was a small path outside. But there was also something else that I realized, and that is if I turn off full bright and go inside my house, it is extremely dark, especially down the elevator. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start lighting up the elevator, because I want to be able to see. That would be quite nice. Yeah, so I'm thinking I'm just going to put some sea lanterns around the place. And then that should light it up a fair bit. So what I am going to have to do first of all, before we work on the potion lab, which is what we're actually going to be doing today, I forgot to mention that. But yeah, in the last episode, I said that if we hit 10 likes, then I would build a potion lab, and we hit it. So I'm building a potion lab. But yeah, so I am going to have to go and mine this out. And then we will get back to building and making the actual basement look nice. So, small progress update. I got sick of mining this out by hand and spent $30,000 on a full tier beacon. Well, at least hopefully enough iron for a full tier beacon. If I don't have enough, that's going to be slightly depressing. But yeah, so this should hopefully speed everything up quite a bit, because I don't want to be spending a few years just trying to do this. So it's been a little while, and if I hit this button, I have a decently sized hole that I dug out. So obviously I got the haste 2 beacon, because there was no way I was going to dig this out just with an F5 and no haste. But yeah, so this is going to be at least the start of my basement, and I have a feeling I might actually even have to dig this wall out a bit more still. So, after mining out the wall, I've now expanded out the area by 10 more blocks, and also added in some, yeah, just cleaned it up a bit. So if I hit the button, yeah, this is a big area. Even though I had haste 2, this took me about 2 hours to build, I think. So yeah, it took me a little while, and for now I'm just going to put a no, I'm not going to put that there because that will ruin everything. So I'm going to put a crafting table up there because I now need to work on basically designing the area for this. So I'm going to start off with obviously some stairs so that we can get down. So the potion lab itself is going to go in that area. I believe it's I think it's something around 15 blocks long that way, maybe even 10. But yeah, so this pathway is going to wrap around because there is going to be a lot of different things. Yeah, a lot of different things in the basement. But first things first, I'm going to bring the path right along here. That's probably a bit too far, but I'm just going to have to double check so I know where to actually stop the path. So I just looked, and the potion lab comes 12 blocks back, redstone and all, and this is going to be where it actually starts. So we will probably run to the beacon at some point, but that should be fine. So yeah, for now what I'm going to do is I'm going to build this up like this on both sides, and what the design is actually going to be is there's going to be the concrete coming down like that. I actually I need to bring it one more block forwards like that. Then there will be white concrete like this, yep, like that. And then the concrete will just go over the top, just so it looks like it's something sort of secure, because it's a lab, we wouldn't want anyone to break in. Of course, if someone managed to break in, they would probably get banned. So I have also just removed the beacon and laid out some more of the concrete. So I think this is a pretty cool design for the build, and there's going to be quite a few different things in here which will just make it a bit extra. One of which is going to be, instead of going behind and into all the redstone trying to find where we have to put the water bottles, we're going to have water elevators that will take up the bottles and automatically put them where they need to be. So it would basically just make it a lot easier for me when I'm trying to do different stuff. But I think what I will also do is, if I can figure out how this will go, I will actually put in these pillars here as well. And I also just realized that I built this lopsided, so I better fix that, or else that won't really look right. So now that everyone stopped screaming at me because I've triggered their OCD, and these should be the last few blocks, and there we are. So this is basically what our potion lab is going to look like. I know this looks a little weird, so I might actually be able to, if I place that in there, yeah, that looks a lot better. There we are. Easy problem solving. But yeah, so this is going to be what our potion lab actually looks like. I think it should look pretty cool. Obviously we will have to put a roof on, but yeah, this is about the size of it. It will obviously be a bit smaller than this, because this is all the redstone included as well. But what I need to do is I need to come and mine out all of this ground and then place in the smooth stones so that we have a floor to walk on. So yeah, I'm going to do that, and then we will see what we have to do next. And once again, I am just about to place in the final few blocks, and there we are. See, this is looking pretty good. I'm not actually sure what I'm going to do for the roof. It might have to, I don't know. I think this might look good. Yeah, I think if I come around like that, yeah, that will look really good for a roof. So I can just come and do that. Obviously no one's really going to see these sides as much from that side unless I really expand the basement. So I've now got some more resources and I'm just about to start the redstone, but before we do that we actually have to make this front part look nice, because obviously we would want something to look nice. So I just need to get this set up. So our brewing stand is going to be set back into the wall. And if I do this, there you go. So that will finish it off. So that will be what the wall will be. So very similar, but just flat. And I don't think I would actually be able to push these back, because as good as that would actually look, I'm not sure how it would work. I can probably try bringing that forwards. Yeah, that might work, but we'll just see how we go first. If you have any other suggestions for what I should do, please let me know, because I am a terrible builder and do not think that, and I don't think this looks very good. But I can't build anything else, so this is what we're going with. There are all our buttons, so each, and then if I also get some item frames, so each one of these is going to be a different ingredient, and if I really want to, I can actually expand this across, so I have even more ingredients if they release any new potions, or if I just want to add some extra stuff for whatever reason. This can actually come here. And so we are going to have our water elevators. So this is where the items like potions, water bottles, that's what they're called, netherwort and blaze powder. This is how we are going to get them up to where they need to be with water elevators, and I just thought it would be cool to display it with glass. So yeah, and then we'll have 3 there, and we will have a chest in front of each of them. Just like that. There we are. So this is what it will basically look like without any of the redstone. Now I need to get into my design world and have a look at what the redstone actually needs to be. So the first step to doing this is I need to have a hopper up there, a hopper there and there. So this will be for the potion ingredients, this will be for water bottles, and this will be for blaze powder. And what I need to do next is find the top row, which is the 3rd block, like this, and place our 5 dispensers there. And then next up, I need to somehow place the dispensers here, and I think I'm just going to bust through here and place them like that, because I don't think I'm going to be placing them the other way, at least not without spending a few years. So yeah, and I don't particularly want to spend years doing this, but yeah, so next, as I said, next up we have to do this, and then this will be for the bottom row of dispensers, which will look and come here. There we are. So then what we have to do is actually, no, never mind, disregard. Okay, so next up we have to run a line of hoppers across like this, and then run these into it. And I messed that up. There we are. All good, all good. So next up we need to place a repeater here, and then this will lock the ingredients on this dispenser while we're waiting. Okay, there we are. So now that I've cleared out that, we now have space to do anything else that comes underneath this area. So I'm going to start here. We need a what's this called again? I have pulse extender. That's what it's called. I know redstone, I promise. Next up, I'm going to place a dropper there, which will feed in the nether wart. And then what I'm going to do is remove that, place that there, and then do something a little bit weird like this, but it just has to happen. So there's that, and then we'll drop this down to where there will be some more redstone poking out here. So now that we've done that, we can move up to the top, and it is just like this, and two ticks, and a piece of redstone dust there. So that will lock the items in here and then release them afterwards. Now over here, we're actually going to have to make it slightly longer for this area. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then this. Okay, awesome. So then this is just going to be a really long pulse extender, like really long pulse extender, and we will get to what this actually does just about now. Well, actually right now. So what we have to do next up is take an output from here for 8 ticks on a redstone repeater, a block, and then a sticky piston facing down with a redstone block on its face. So this is the actual design of the potion brewing station, but obviously there will have to be quite a few tweaks, particularly with this hopper here, which I just realized I actually did that wrong, because that pulse needs to go into there. Right, so now that that's fixed, as I was saying, with this hopper here, there's going to have to be a few changes. Well, SkyServers basically makes it so that it takes quite a lot longer than usual for items to go through hoppers, which makes a lot of sense for the server and it not dying, but it does make it just that bit harder for redstone and this sort of thing. So after I've purchased some sugar and put in some blaze powder and nether wart, this thing is ready to go, and I'm almost certain this isn't going to work just because, as I said, hoppers take a really long time to give items, so that is going to mean that I will have to play around with timings a lot. But let's just see how this goes. So I will press that, and hopefully, right, I put that in the wrong dispenser. Let me, okay, so we're going to press that. And as you can see, the sugar is now there, being held in place. And if I hit this, there should be some nether wart that comes in, as you can see. But there was not a single bottle that came through. Half an hour of tweaking later. So, believe it or not, it has actually only taken me 2 attempts, and it has actually worked. So, I will show you what I had to do. So first time I just tried adding some normal pulse extensions like repeaters. But then in the end, I used the pulse from this, which was a longer pulse, and then made it a longer pulse again, and then that let it actually work, and I could not believe it. So it is actually working, if I can English. So if I come and press sugar, just give it a second to load in and then hit the green, I'll show you what's happening. So yeah, as you can see, that does some weird piston action as the sugar gets there. But it is actually working. As you can see, we have all 3 bottles. For a second I was really scared because that did not look like it was there. But yeah, as you can see, when it does that, the sugar drops in, and then this really long pulse extender starts doing its thing. And yeah, so you will actually find that this will go all the way through down to here. And yeah, we now have myself some speed pots, and they're then taken out extremely slowly. So now that that is working, and I'm super glad about that, I only have 3 more things to do, which are the water streams here, the potion modifiers here, so redstone, glowstone, and gunpowder, and then a small door down here which will take you out to this area, where we will be able to fill up all of the dispensers. Right, so it is now the next day, and I have cleared out a space back here and just done some lighting, that sort of thing. Just prepared a bunch of stuff. But now I need to add in the area for the potion modifiers, which are glowstone and redstone, basically just so that I have more options and different things to do with the potion. And then I also put all of the resources I'll need for this here. Rightio, so the buttons are probably going to go on this bottom layer with the 3 item frames there. And then just coming behind, it's once again fairly simple. So it's that, and then we can just do that. There we are. Easy enough. And then we just hit that. The the line of potion hoppers, sorry, not potions. And I will just wrap that around there to keep it neat. Rightio, so I am thinking I'm going to put the button right there, so it's a bit out of the way, and then what I can do is just bring this around, and then I can just have, well, that will be where the pistons go. And I also just realized I actually need to do a tier flip-flop. Right, there we are. Put that there. And yep, that should work just fine. And I just need to go and craft a redstone block quickly. There we are. And fly back down here. Okay. Well, there is that. And we can just have the redstone look a bit like this. Cover that up. And now, what's happening? Right. Okay, so now that that is fixed, as you can see, we have our door that just opens and closes here, which will give us easy access behind to restock everything. But yeah, so I've laid out the dispensers here, so it's pretty simple the way I'm going to connect them up. It's just going to be something a bit like that, I think. And I'm just realizing now that that won't fully work for all of them. So we're not going to do that, and instead I'm actually going to have the hoppers will run like that, which will look a bit weird, but we're not going to be able, but like really from this area where you can't actually see the hoppers, so it doesn't matter too much. But yeah, it's just something that won't look as neat underneath, but obviously we want it to still work, so yeah, I'm just gonna place in the dispensers like this, and I think I came up with my own design for the dispensers to be working, so that's always good. So what it basically is just an observer timer, which looks a bit like that. And that. And then it is as simple as just taking redstone dust and running it all the way along until here. And that. Okay, rightio. So if I put these in, as you can see, it works, and then dispenses all of them. And then if I was to put it in here, it will fire both dispensers, but that's not really an issue because it's not like we're giving a certain amount of items. So this will work perfect. So while editing, I realized that this video was getting extremely long, and that what I did for the next like 20 minutes or so was really boring. So basically I built the water elevators. And that was it. So yeah, that was a brief overview. Let's get back to the video. But now what we should actually be able to do is I should be able to just fill up these. Fill up quite a few of these. And one more. Okay. Well, this is the water bottle. Why can't I do... I had this issue before. Just let me relog and then we will get back to that. Okay, so now that I've relogged, I can actually put a water bottle in there. And now if I chuck all of these in, they're going through and they should head in. As you can see, they're going up one by one. As you can see, they're being shot across, and that actually looks so cool. So they're all just going along slowly. Quite slowly, but yeah, you can see that they are all falling in, making their way over. So I can probably put some other stuff up here, which I will probably do in the future. So I have now actually lit up the tubes as well and finished off the pathway, so everything is just that bit brighter. But still, if I'm honest, I'm going to stick with playing with full bright because it makes everything a lot easier to see. But another thing is that a few clips ago, when I was just going through and checking the redstone design for the potion brewing station, I actually finally unlocked a cosmetic mystery box, which is, I can't believe I got one. I've been wanting one for quite a while and haven't got one. It's only 2 stars, but it's still a mystery box. So let's open this in 3, 2, 1. Confirm open. Okay, that's loud. That is loud. And I got common frog suit boots. So I think if I go gadgets, G menu, I have no idea. Gadget it is. And frog suit, if I go back, super high jump. Okay. Well, I guess that's one piece to it. Someone has named some chickens Dinnerbone. Rightio. And that is going to be it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! Also, shout out to D915's new dog, Dog Paparino, who was named by Rebel on the Run.